Have you ever heard of the Borscht Belt? Well, in the United States, the Catskill Mountains was the place where Jewish families from New York escaped to for the summer, and the resorts and bungalow colonies that spurted up in the area became known as the Borscht Belt, named for the classic Ashkenazi Jewish soup. And that legendary time is long gone, but some are working to keep its memory alive. I-24 News senior U.S. correspondent Mike Wagenheim reports from the first ever Borscht Belt Fest. Take a look.
We're going to the Catskills!
This was life in the Borscht Belt, a summer getaway for New York City Jews to the Catskill Mountains. Resorts, dancing, fun. And now, decades after the Borscht Belt's demise, there's an effort to preserve its cherished memories. A museum dedicated to the era is set to open in Ellenville, New York in 2 years, sparking the creation of last weekend's first ever Borscht Belt Fest. Attendees got a sneak peek at the plans for the museum, complete with photos, historic signage, entertainment programs, artwork, and captioned stories. Everything from restaurant menus to swimwear to hotel keys.
It was just a truly different time. I just think the way people felt, even though there was so much going on in the world around us at the time, there was just so much like looking at the frontier ahead of all the good things that would come.
And like in those days, there was plenty of good food, laughter, and culture that made that time so memorable, even as they know it isn't coming back.
Not the way it was. You're not going to have hotels with 6 meals a day. Seems like the second homes are doing well, but the mountains not going to be the same. First of all, people can fly to the Caribbean or Europe cheaper than going to a fancy hotel.
If you really were a part of spending any time either visiting with your family here in a hotel or one of the bungalow colonies or working in a hotel, you develop a special affinity or something that's indelible that just never leaves you. I can't explain it.
There's a lot of people that don't know what the Borscht Belt is, but we've been kind of introducing that through our food and the experience you get at the Belt. We create experiences. We sell delicious nostalgia with all the great memories that were built through the original Borscht Belt, and have tried to take a little bit modern take on a Jewish deli with a lot of global influence in our menu.
And perhaps there's no greater global influence emerging from the Borscht Belt than comedy. It's where many Jewish legends of laughter got their start and gave birth to the art of stand-up comedy.
One bumblebee turns to the other bumblebee and says, "I've got to go back to the beehive. I forgot my yarmulke." The other bumblebee asks, "What do you need a yarmulke for?" And the bumblebee replies, "Without my yarmulke, I might be taken for a wasp."
I think we're a little concerned about what others think of us. In my act, I do fat jokes. I say the fat jokes before anybody else can. And I think that's part of our humor. It's a defense mechanism, but it's also a way of ingratiating ourselves with others.
And a lesson from the Borscht Belt is that you should never try to take the Jewishness out of the humor.
You're going to lose something. You're going to use the Yiddish. You're going to lose a whole history, a culture. And it's a wonderful culture. And it's Seinfeld, it's Mel Brooks. I don't think you would have stand-up comedy if it wasn't for the Jews.
The Borscht Belt Fest seemed kitschy and quirky, and most definitely from a bygone era. One that organizers want to memorialize for their kids and grandkids.
Why now? Because if not now, when, right? And I'm quoting our fabulous Pirkei Avot. The timing is right. There truly is a renaissance that's going on. I mean, let's face it, people my age who worked in the mountains or vacationed here, we're closer to the other side. So we want our children and their children to learn about it.
No, the Borscht Belt will never again be what it was. But this festival proved it still has life. From the Borscht Belt Fest in Ellenville, New York, Mike Wagenheim, I-24 News.